Looks like we started.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning into this live stream of Bits and Tokens. I'm your host Annalise, and this is
camera
also
angle. Oh my
our host,
gosh.
Tim. What's wrong with the camera angle?
Oof, I can see the corner of your table. It's crazy.
Oh, you can't see the corner of my table.
That's crazy.
You're kind of cut off, but it's okay.
I see whose show it is, apparently. It's crazy.
Well,
Thought we were a team.
If this is your show, why don't
Thought
you
we were a
fix it?
team.
We are. We turned on the camera.
Thought we were a team.
We are.
Unbelievable. I'm over here drinking bug juice.
Anyways, thanks for tuning into this live stream of Bits and Tokens. I'm your host, Annalise, and this is our other host, Tim. Today we're going to be live streaming about a few things on the news and a few articles that we came across. I have a few. I'm sure Tim has a few. Today our drink of the day is Blue Moscato.
Oh, man.
It's fun. Look at it. It's like it's not even there. That's so funny.
Oh,
It thinks it's green.
That's crazy.
But it's blue. It's blue. But it's pretty cool. So I haven't tried it. I don't know. What did you think of it?
It exists.
It exists. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
it definitely exists.
Well, I'll try in a second. But first off, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. And if you don't know us yet, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, I hope you are subscribed, you like this video, and you drop some comments in the live feed, or if you're watching it later on, drop some comments down in the comment section. First off,
We get a lot of comments after the live streams.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I wish people would participate just a little bit more.
So first off, I just want to go over our website, bitsandtokens.com. Just introduce who we are. I like to do that at the beginning of all our live streams. Bitsandtokens.com, that's your one-stop shop for cryptocurrency. Essentially what we do there is, just like it says, adoption starts here.
Everything. Jeez.
So we have my account. This is our front page here that teaches you about learning, exploring what we do, testimonials from some of our current customers. Us, just a little, kind of overview. There's our office pooper. His name's Trunks. What we do here at bitsandtokens.com is we teach you about cryptocurrency. If you're a crypto enthusiast, or if you're new to the crypto space and you don't really know what to do, don't really know where to go, you can head over to bitsandtokens.com because there we have the answers. We also have a support page. That's where you essentially get your answers. If you have an answer, if you don't know how to trade, if you don't know how to initiate anything, we have a live chat feature that you can talk to any of us basically 24/7.
You do have to be logged in for that live chat to work, though.
Yes, you do have to log in for the live chat to work.
Mention that now for you.
It's something for our silver tier members. We're working on some of this stuff for the the free tier? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Okay, I guess free tier members. Working on some more stuff. For that, we have videos, blog posts, some how-tos. But if you're really interested in getting some in-depth information or knowledge, and kind of just getting walked through without having a $100 consultation call, just head over to bitsandtokens.com, and we have a chat feature. Like Tim said, be logged in. And for literally as many questions as you can possibly think of and as much help as you can possibly think of, it's $9.95 a month. So it's really, not that much. It's your basic Razor subscription from, Razor Shop or whatever subscription it is. Not even a gym membership costs that much. I mean, it's pretty insignificant.
Just a couple coffees and
literally.
You're on your way.
So, if you ever really need help, or if you need step-by-step on walking through with something and YouTube videos don't really give you the answer, check us out at bitsandtokens.com. All right, so over to our crypto news of the segment here.
I was going to jump into your story first.
My story? Wow, stealing my story.
Well, I wasn't going to jump into it. I was going to make you jump into it while I drink some of this blue stuff.
I beat you to it.
Here we are.
Oh, it's good.
Here we are. Whole blog written by this one over here.
Yes, we also have blogs for you guys.
Oh my goodness.
That is something that's available to the free tier members.
Did you see this little picture? First of all, whoever made this little picture, adorable. It was me.
You're so cocky. Anyways,
I don't like to write stuff, but I make pictures a lot. I make pictures. Okay, go ahead.
Anyways, so yes, two entities are responsible for the majority of the exchange hacks. That's something that was recently found out by Chainlink, as you can see right here.
Definitely not Chainlink. Definitely not Chainlink.
Wow. I got Chainlink on my mind.
Were we talking about Chainlink earlier?
Yeah, we were talking about Chainlink.
Okay.
I got Chainlink on my mind.
That's crazy.
Chain analyst. Anyways, so there was a study done just on exchanges. There was two that were recently hacked. And because of these
Cryptopia and BitGirl?
Yes, Cryptopia and BitGirl.
Okay, cool.
Look, you're above the ball.
Those are the ones that I put in there.
Look at you. I mean, there's been more than that, of course.
That was just this year, though.
Right. But there's, but for the majority, from this analyzation, over $1 billion in total have been stolen between these two major groups.
That's a lot.
So these groups are, they don't really know who they are. Of course, they're anonymous. So they named them Alpha and Beta. And they're conglomerates. They're multiple people working on a multiple project at the same time, trying to get to the multiple.
How do they know it's more than one person? What if it's one octopus?
I don't know. I mean, the octopus.
That's 8.
I mean, because here's the thing: the way it's done. If you read the article, they're changing. Okay, so there's multiple accounts at the same time getting hacked, and multiple like addresses. So it's just, so you see a hacker, and a hacker can literally just, like, on regular software can, like, put in a couple codes, this does that, and it kind of just like drains, and they can do it multiple at a time. But because of the way the blockchain works, it's a little harder to drain more than one account at a time. Is it?
Not for an octopus.
Anyways,
I'm just saying.
Listen, octopus.
I'm just saying.
Well, when there's an octa arm, like there's an octomom, I'll believe it. But anyways, for right now.
Spider-Man, hello? Dr. Octavius?
He doesn't have 8 eyes to look at the thing, though. Like, he can't put one eyeball on each screen.
Each thing had its own laser sensors.
Listen. So, anyways, these two groups, very different. However, they both seem to have a successful trace. So Alpha was the superior group. They were bigger, more concise. They worked faster than the Beta. The Beta group, little smaller, little slower. Sometimes it took a couple weeks, months to, fully cash out all the transactions and the way they did it. The Alpha group, they would cash it out, I think, within the first few days. So it says, so 75% is cashed out within 30 days. And then most of the cashing out from the Beta group happens within 6 to 18 months.
That's a long time.
So I don't know if the Beta group is...
Can you imagine?
I guess maybe they're being, like, cautious.
But check me out, though, right? Check me out. Let's say you stole a bunch of Bitcoin or whatever when it was like 20,000, and then you wait 6 months to cash that out, and now it's worth...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What would it have been 6 months later? Like 9,000, 8,000, something like that? They would have lost a good 40 to 50%
of their profit. You're right. I don't know. That's how they do it. I mean,
I want to go work for that Alpha team. They know what's up. I feel
for, like, maybe the more urgent, I guess, price things. Maybe they'll cash out earlier. I have no idea. But the reason these exchanges were hacked is probably because of not updating their security or not monitoring a lot of things. In addition to, truthfully, and this is why we always talk about having a cold storage for your coins.
Oh, you mean one of these? You're not supposed to.
Yes, one of those. You're not supposed to leave your things on an exchange. Because honestly, they're not always secure. As you can see, these people lost, their cryptocurrency, which is technically their money. They lost their money, because they didn't have it on a cold storage device. If at the time of that hacking, your money was not located at the place that was hacked, then you're fine. I mean, the exchange wasn't, didn't stop running, or was it? I mean, it was defunded because they stole people's money, but the exchange itself, when it's getting hacked, it doesn't mean that the exchange, is hacked. It means you were hacked, essentially, because they're after your money, not the exchange that have money. supposedly, unless they're a custodian. But
well, I mean, it stays in a hot wallet, right? So it's on the exchange in a wallet, and then they basically have like a separate ledger of like whose money is to be apportioned to.
Right, right.
So there's like one XRP
but it's not like
wallet.
they like, do you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, like it's not like I mean, a bank would be the same thing technically, because it would be, well, no, because they have the 250 backup.
The FDIC.
Yeah, the FDIC.
Your deposit is not federally insured with crypto. Stop it. Not you. I'm saying like people. Like your deposit is not like don't be silly.
Right. If somebody robs a bank, it's not like they would be taking quote unquote the bank's money, even though they took your money, but they have to give you up to that amount if you have that amount.
Now, I saw a post the other day where people were arguing about banks versus crypto, and banks are safer, crypto is safer, whatever. Mm-hmm. Somebody was saying, and this is a really good point, that when someone robs a bank, like, yeah, all that money is now, stolen from the bank or whatever, but it doesn't devalue the dollar. But when somebody robs in exchange for, whatever coin it is, a lot of times the value of that coin will go down. And that's weird, because why does it go down?
So I feel like because a certain coin was taken, I feel like people mistaken that the coin is not trustworthy.
I feel you.
The exchange not having top par security.
That makes a lot of sense. I didn't think about it that way.
That's probably what it is. Because if you hear 3 million ether was stolen, if you just read that title, you're gonna be like, oh my god, Ethereum's not safe. If you don't know the context behind why this Ethereum was stolen, you might misinterpret it.
Hey,
that's probably what it is.
When you make sense, you make sense.
Listen, sometimes people just don't know how to read between lines. And if you don't know crypto, then you don't know. You just don't know.
Well, luckily, we got you covered. Right there at the bottom of that article, you can fight back today by purchasing a Ledger Nano X. I'm going to make it even more convenient for the folks out there. You don't even have to go all the way to the article if you don't want to, though I will go ahead and put that right in the chat. You want to buy a Ledger? Right there in the description. Have fun. Buy one. I have one.
Yeah, it is honestly a safer way to keep your things. Think about it like a wallet. Like where do you keep your cards? Where do you keep your money? Where do you keep your change? I mean, unless
a wallet that's like even like tricky for you to get into sometimes, because like you got to remember your password, and then you have to have a computer that has Ledger Live on it, and like you have to verify the transaction on the screen. Like if my wallet, like my physical wallet, like I go to swipe my card and then I have to verify the transaction on my wallet, like how fire would that be? That would be crazy. Are you sure you want to allow Walmart to debit $20? You know what?
Yes.
I'm sure. That would be fire.
That would actually be pretty cool.
But speaking of exchanges, and exchanges being very safe and data being very safe, or the inverse, I saw in my perusing of the darknet, which I don't go there a lot, but I am no stranger to the Onion Network. There supposedly is somebody selling data from Binance. I don't know if you've ever registered like your account like fully on Binance, where like you have to put in a picture like holding up the date and your ID.
No, I didn't do all that.
Okay. Well, I have done that just in case we need to like cash out a bunch of stuff in one day, because I can do up to 100 BTC now in one day instead of just 2. So I've done that, and apparently someone is selling that user data from, I think it was Binance, Poloniex, and a few others. So that's pretty crazy. On the darknet, so I don't know, from what I read about it, someone, contacted the person selling it, and was given a sample. So
what kind of sample?
Some data that looks like a picture and an ID and a date.
Really?
So
are you telling me that my data is being stolen off this exchange?
It's possible. It
So
would
my
also
question
it would
is,
also be very easy to fake that data, and then it could just be someone who's giving out fake free samples that's just looking for a little bit of crypto. That could be.
I don't know. So here's my thing. As we've seen before in the past, most technology companies like Google, well, I don't know if they still do it, but Facebook, big one, they have the tendency, even, I don't know if you guys knew this, but your cell phone carriers sell your data.
Oh, of course.
They all sell your data. All these companies sell your data. Now, Facebook got in trouble because of their privacy laws or privacy, whatever it is. And then Google claims they don't do it, but the companies
Google what? Doesn't sell your data? That's all Google does.
Google claims they don't.
No, hold on, time out.
Certain things. I don't know what it was. They claimed something they said they don't, but essentially.
So here's how Google works. They're so good at parsing, like reading the data, that they don't have to sell the data word for word. They can just be like, Annalise has a dog. It's a pit bull. It's this color.
It's this maybe.
They know your stuff, okay?
I'm sure they do 100%. But there was a whole thing recently because I have I don't know what phone carrier you guys have, but I have Google Fi, and they had this whole thing because they use third-party towers, and the phone company itself wasn't selling their users' data, but the other companies were. So here's the thing: when it comes to exchanges, I mean, I know they have their coin, their token, the BNB, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming they make some profit off of that. I'm assuming between probably mining and some gas wherever it's needed, maybe there's some profit off of that. But where are they really making all their profit? That's where I think. Like, where are you making your big bucks?
Oh no, fees.
Fees, of course.
No, you don't understand. Like, that's it. They don't really have to do. Like, have you ever really even seen advertisements on Binance?
No, never.
You don't have to. Those fees, I'm telling you, they make so much money on fees. You don't think of it as a lot because, like, we don't really do like a whole lot of trading like that. But like, there's people that trade like all day long, and then you have to realize the people that use bots, every single one of those like hyper fast trades, it's like, you know, 2 every few minutes. There's fees on top of that. So, like, yeah, the goal is for you to be making money, but at the end of the day, 99% of people don't make money. Most of the people that are, it's probably not 90, it's probably like 90% though, don't make money trading, right? So they're losing money and they're paying fees. So a lot of their money comes from fees. Then obviously like the listing costs, which is a donation now. It wasn't always a donation. But their profit is like almost entirely from fees. Like, it's crazy.
Well, that's the only thing that comes to mind. If
I don't think Binance is
actually.
I don't think Binance is selling the data. I think that someone may have taken the data.
It's fake. But if they're selling it, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, credit card payments now on Binance. What do you mean? Hold up. What is this?
Credit card payments.
Yeah, I was gonna log into Binance just since we're talking about it, and since Cheryl's joining us, she actually had a question about how some of the features on Binance actually work. Hopefully, I'm gonna be able to do this because I don't have any ETH in my Binance to.
Oh yeah, but bank fees, those are a whole different
story. Fake these trades.
Bank fees are a whole different story. Like the overdraft fee, $35 here, $35 there. Banks.
Wow, have you seen this?
Let me see. Put it up.
I'm gonna put it up. Have you seen this? I have not seen this.
Buy with credit card. Other amounts, total change, buy now. Really?
So this is on Binance right now.
Wow.
Where you can apparently buy Bitcoin with a credit card.
Credit card? I can trade with a credit card? Whoa. I thought you were not allowed to do that with, like, credit cards.
Well, no. So it works through Simplex, the same people that Changelly goes through.
Uh-huh.
So the prices should be pretty similar to what we have on our website
in
the support section.
3.5 per transaction or 10 USD, whichever is higher. Cool. Interesting. So
okay,
Visa,
that's
MasterCards are currently accepted. Please note, the crypto amount quoted is based on the current rate and is not final. If rate changes more than plus or minus 2.5%, you will be asked to reconfirm transaction via email from Simplex. Once the payment is completed, check status. If you have any questions, contact Simplex. That is cool. That's different. That is different.
That's nifty.
That's cool.
We beat you to it, Binance, because we already had that option, but that's pretty cool.
We did have that option. You're so right.
Come on.
That's so true.
Come on.
Binance is a little behind. Come on. Well, I mean, they caught up, but, you know, that's cool. But, So whenever I would see credit cards, put your credit card here, I would automatically think, like, oh, they're probably talking about debit. Because whenever I'm thinking about trading, because I know with, especially with, like, the stock market, you're not supposed to use credit cards to, like, purchase stock and stuff like that. So,
you're not supposed to.
Right. So when I saw credit, I was like, credit card. I was like, what? Credit card? I was like, you know how you're not supposed to, like, play the lotto with, like, credit? You gotta use
You're
cash.
not supposed to, but...
No, you won't. They won't. You can't pay. You can't pay in credit. They won't let you. They won't do it. Not in the USA. So I'm assuming you can't use that feature in the US, is what Cheryl is saying.
With credit cards?
Apparently. She says not in the USA.
You can.
I don't know.
Some cards work and some cards don't, but you can. It's up to the issuer. It's not about the card itself. This is specifically for crypto. I'm not talking about for lottery or the stock market or anything else. I'm talking about specifically crypto, because that's the same thing as you charging a foreign exchange on your card. Like if you need to get cash while you're in another country, you can use your credit card to do that.
Right.
So it's the same. It's the same concept in crypto. You're changing it to a foreign currency just because it's not the U.S. dollar. So there might be fees that you incur from your credit card issuer, but you can still do it. So
have you heard of I'm sure you've heard of it, but have you heard of everyone that's buying gold and trading up their crypto?
Why?
Bear market. Don't like the losses. I'm assuming
we're at like the bottom of the barrel now. Like if you can't.
Right. That's what this is. This is
you
the
can't
ideal
stomach these losses.
time.
I'm confused.
This is the ideal time to like grab.
Or just stay in. If you've been in this long, you might as well just stay in.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand.
Like I was saying in my I don't know if you posted the other article I wrote, but
not yet. So
if you guys look at the charts, and Tim talked about it a lot, how the emotional back end of, I guess you could say, it's called the Wall Street cheat sheet, emotional analysis, but you can definitely apply it to the crypto market because you trade, essentially choose for trading, and trading psychology goes all across the board, no matter what, Forex, doesn't matter. It goes all across the board because traders are going to trade with their guts and strategies, and some of them are going to trade with their brains. You're going to have newbies, experts, and someone who may get lucky, always. So if you compare how the Wall Street defines their emotional charts in comparison to how actual charts look, they're very, very, very similar.
Very.
And if you look even at the crypto charts, again, very similar. And when you look at where we are in terms of price and costs and just everything overall, we've had a lot of false alarms where we've spiked up a decent chunk. Like even right here, what are we looking at? XRP?
It's a 5 minute for XRP for when it went to the moon. This isn't the moon, but it did a lot of numbers yesterday. And then came back down.
Right. So essentially how much where was it at when it came out? Like 30 something, I'm assuming.
So it went to 33 or 32.9 yesterday.
33. Okay, I mean it's at 29 right now, so those are not crazy numbers, but essentially back in, I think it was September, early August to September, Bitcoin, I want to say, was playing around in the 300s, 400s. Everyone was saying it was hitting the bottom, and from like night to day, it shot up to like 600, went on to 7, almost 8. I remember Bitcoin Cash specifically was what I was trading. It was like at like 200 and something. Next thing I know, it's 500 hitting 600. And it was doing that for a couple days. And a lot of people thought, oh my gosh, this is the run. But
is this going to be forever?
it wasn't. And if you look at how a chart depicts the different emotion, the different stages, you'll see those like random spikes where people go, oh my God, this is it. But it's not. It just keeps going down until you hit the anger stage, and then you go into the depression. When you hit depression, which is where I feel like we are now, because you see a lot of negative news about cryptocurrency. You see a lot of people turning to other commodities, like I said, oh, this coin's burning out. There's all these hacks. There's people are turning to
I want you all to cry.
Gold. This is where people start turning away. Like they were angry at first. They were angry, and because they got angry, they left. Mm-hmm. And now because they've left, you don't see a lot of, being firsthand doing this, as kind of like basically a career. You see how the news changes and how it fluctuates. And it's not as much positive news as it used to be. So I can tell we're starting to get in the depression stage, especially with these barrel bottom prices. These prices are very, 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 very low. And eventually what's going to happen is when you get a squeeze that's tight enough, there's only one way to go. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down. Now, it's never going to hit zero because there's too many people trading. And that means everybody has to sell their coin in order for it to hit zero in the first place. Now,
your sales wouldn't even be allowed to happen because miners wouldn't move anything.
Right.
For no money.
I mean, if push comes to shove, chances are if the prices are already bottom solid, that's when people are going to want to jump in. And as soon as people start seeing others jump in, and then the price starts kind of rising because the people trading or having the coins themselves has dropped, and there's an increase of volume of the trading that's happening, that's when your price is going to start going up because people are going to start buying it on market price because they already sold all their coins. And when people start buying it on market price, it's going to cause the price to go up. And when people see the price go up, that's when everybody wants to jump on, and that's when things take off.
So glad you mentioned market price. That's the perfect segue to this little tutorial on how this bottom section of Binance works. Was talking to one of our viewers the other day, and she was telling me about her trying to purchase crypto, and I was going over some of the different options that you have, like a limit order or a market order, and there was a little bit of confusion there, so I just wanted to kind of go over that again with everyone. So here we are again. This is just right there on the bottom right side.
How to with Tim.
I use the advanced exchange, but I mean, feel free to use whichever one. They basically look the same, except the advanced exchange is way cooler. And so down here, it'll normally start you where it says limit, and so that means that I have to put in all the information as far as what I want the price to be, and I can change that up or down or whatever direction I want it to go in. Another cool thing that you can do is if you look at the price down here, if I click one of these other prices, it should update for me down there. So if I see a price that I like, or if I want to just try to get in, right there on the button, I can do that. So the limit price, whether it's buy or sell, is the minimum or maximum price that you're willing to either buy or sell that asset for. So right now, let's say the most I'm willing to pay for one XRP would be 0.29798 cents, or USDC, which essentially is going to be cents. I can use these buttons to purchase 25% of whatever I have, 50%, 75, 100. Not really super important because I can also just come here and change the amount.
I think it's important if you want to put a percentage in.
Kind of. The only thing that is a little bit tricky is let's say I had $100 and I wanted to spend 25% on each thing. The first one's easy to do because I'll just do 25%, but then the second one I can't do 25% again. I have to actually do the math on it.
Right.
So it's convenient the first time. But anyways, so on the sell side, it'll be the same thing. Your price is right here when you're on a limit order, and this is for buying. Now I can also do a market order, which it'll just go for the market price. I don't have to worry about putting anything in. I can just come over here and do market 100% sell, and it'll sell 4.3 XRP for me at whatever the current market price is. And then likewise, if I had USDC in here, I could just do market price 100% buy, and it would buy however much USDC worth of XRP I have without me having to think about it. So I think that might have been the one that was given a little bit of a hang up, because there's really no options for you to choose. It just whatever the market price is, meaning like over here we can see that someone is willing to sell 562 of these things for whatever this price is right here. If I needed 900 of them instead of just this price, I would get this price and then, well, okay, now it went away. If I needed 1,400 of them, it would take from both of these, and I would basically get kind of an average of those two prices, except for not really. I would pay all of the 29,851 for the 1,038, and then for the remaining 362 of them, I would pay this price. So that's how a market order works. And then if I'm selling, same thing. I'll be able to sell it for, I can get 29812 for 475 of them, and if I were selling more than that, it would start taking from these numbers down here. Then, lastly, we have a stop limit. So a stop limit is essentially the prices fluctuate, and let's say I purchase something and I'm okay with losing 1% of whatever it is that I purchased before I want to flee and panic sell. I can set that here on the sell side. So it gets to my stop, which is the price that triggers my limit. So usually I like to put a little bit of a spread in between stop and limit. I will have, let's say my stop is at this price, and then my limit would actually be a little bit lower, just to make sure it actually does execute. I would probably even put it a little bit lower than this, and then whatever the amount is. So if I wanted to sell, okay, my max amount, because I'm zoomed in, I can't click on it. Anyways, so if I wanted to go ahead and sell that, I would just set up a limit in that fashion. So that kind of protects you if you bought in and don't have all night to wait for it to, reach your target. You can either, if you're very confident the price is going to go up to a certain amount, you can put your stop and your limit at a certain amount that's higher if you want to do that on the sell side. Or you can put your stop and limit to something that's lower on the sell side. And it works the same way for buying. If you want to buy at a specific price, you can do that as well. Or if you're waiting, for it to get to a certain price before you get in, you can do that as well. And it should automatically trigger that buy for you if it does in fact reach that price and fall within your purchase limit. So same thing as a limit buy or a limit sell, but just with an extra step where it's like, okay, this is the trigger. This price is going to trigger my buy, and then this is the maximum amount that I'm willing to pay or receive for that particular asset. So that is that section right there. Gonna switch back to the bar.
Wait a second. I actually want to explain something. Had a few questions here.
Sure.
So, Mac, yes, you're correct. If you're in a rush to buy something, always buy market. Very volatile, super important. Now, Cheryl, with the limit orders and market pricing. So, when it comes to getting the best price, technically, you may get the best price at the limit. Why? Because you're setting the price that you want to buy at. You want to buy at this specific price. Versus a market, the market, like Tim said, it's going to be the average of the next two. Can you zoom in there? Of the next two prices in line. So let me explain to you how the limit order works, because it may or may not take a long time. It just depends where you are in line. So let's say that I'm trying to buy XRP at 29.7. It's not too far off. So you see those numbers down there in green right here. So these are the numbers. Those are the numbers you need to pay attention to, because if you're willing to pay, let's say, more than the guy who wants to pay 0.2958, you're going to be placed above him because you're willing to pay higher or more amount for that coin. So the way it works is the closer your number gets to the top, the more likelihood you are to hit that limit and get the currency at the amount you want it. So it may take a long time if you're looking to buy a currency at a certain price and it doesn't hit it. You may never get it. It may not if you're literally next in line. So it honestly just depends. I've put limit orders in all the time. If I'm next in line, they go through like that. Now, if I'm in a rush and I can't wait, of course, do that market buy, because chances are if it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. Now, if your limit, let's say your number falls on the limit amount you wanted and your transaction doesn't go through, that's because there was people that were also willing to put in that same amount and their order got filled first. And chances are I kind of just skipped over you. That happens sometimes. That's not uncommon. So it's a little risky if prices are fluctuating really, really fast and you're trying to get a number. You put a limit order. By the time you put a limit order in, the price is just passing that number, or there's other people who ended up getting it for that price and you didn't because your limit order wasn't, you know, kind of next in line kind of thing. It was too far back. Prices was moving too fast to even catch you. So that does happen. So it's like a 50-50 thing. If you really get, you know, savvy with it, you know, you shouldn't have a problem. Right now, I can basically put any limit amount because XRP is not moving very fast right now. I can put in any limit amount, probably hit it, no problem. If it was, you know, flying, if numbers were changing like this, maybe not. But that's essentially how it works. Now, the thing is, when you do limit orders, it doesn't really push up the market. Market orders push up the market because you're buying into the market rather than you're already. Oh, well, I mean, you may or may not have XRP. You're kind of, if you're trading, you're kind of going back and forth, but you're buying into the market price, which is pushing the price up. If you're buying into the limit price, obviously, if you're buying the coin for cheaper, you're not doing much. So, yeah, hope that helped.
So one last thing to add about the market order and how it pushes up the price. If I was to do a market order and I wanted 1,000 XRP, I would be paying this price right here. It's the price I would be paying if I did a market order right now for 1,000 XRP, because there's 1,058.7 available, which represents approximately $314 at this price right here. So this is the price that I would get if I did a market order right now, because it's the next available price that's there. So then what happens is this becomes the next available price. So if the next person comes and does a market order, the price then goes up to this. And if the next person comes and is doing a market order, the price will then go up again. And so it'll just continue going up and up and up from there. Then on the psychology side of things, what happens is these people down here see that their buy orders didn't get filled, and so they'll start putting in limits that are higher. And then these kind of walls right here will start going up as well. And the market orders that continue to happen after that will then continue to push the prices up. Don't be the guy or gal that tries to put in limit orders and the price goes up, so you move it and then you don't get it and the price goes up again, and then you move it back up again and then you still don't get it because the price keeps going up. If that happens to me more than once, I just do a market order and I close my eyes and I call it a night. I do not have time to be sitting there finagling with the price, canceling orders and doing all this stuff. Like, I don't have any time for that. I'm just going to put in my order as a market, close my eyes and go to sleep. Like, it's just too much. If I want the coin, I want it. It doesn't really, a couple cents is not going to kill me in the grand scheme of things. Now, if I miss something by a few dollars, I'll be upset, but when we're talking about a few cents, I'm not going to cry about that.
So real quick, Crypto Bentley, I see you said two questions. So, are you two large XRP supporters? Answer that question, yes. XRP, we have a couple videos on our channel regarding their, what did they, oh god, I forgot what it was called.
Swell?
Swell. I was about to say swarm. I was like, it's not swarm.
We have the most popular
Swell.
Bill Clinton at Swell video on YouTube right now.
Yeah, so that's cool. But yeah,
I was able to get the whole Bill Clinton video, the whole one.
But anyways, yeah, we do a lot of things on XRP. We do a lot of XRP is really cool. They even have things where they've done meetups with the government and things like that. It's very put together in terms of a cryptocurrency. So I like it a lot. And then you also ask market buys usually average plus or minus 5% of what the actual trade is at a specific time. Usually your market buy is not going to be less. So plus or minus is not necessarily. I would always say plus. Like Tim said, usually the prices that are above that middle price, the middle price is the average between both parties, right? So you have your green and then you have your red. In your green section, that is where you're going to average in your price if you're trying to buy. In your red section, that's where you're going to average out the price of what you're trying to sell.
Backwards.
Did I make it backwards?
Sort of. So the green section is where the buyers are, but that's where your prices will be coming from if you're a seller.
Okay, it made sense in my mind, but I said it wrong. Okay, so
I knew what you were going for, though.
Yeah. Okay, so that's essentially what it is, and kind of like how he pointed out, if you're trying to buy a specific amount and somebody is trying to sell it in the green section, right? Red section? Which one is it? In the section that is for you, in the section that's for you. If they're trying to sell 1,000, you're trying to buy 500, you're gonna buy it at their price. If they're next in line, obviously they have 1,000 to sell, you want 500, so you get it at that price.
Right.
So yeah, yes, you follow. Perfect.
So yeah, that's that part. I just wanted to kind of go over that because we had a few questions, and I know a lot of people are visual and they like to see it. So since I can like zoom in and do all sorts of fancy stuff, which isn't really that fancy, I figured why not talk about it on Drunk Crypto. So there's that part. I think we had a request to talk about Apollo. However, I am going to hold off because we just sent over some questions for their community manager.
Oh, you guys did? Oh, you sent my questions?
So some of them, the third question that you had, I added it into the first question because it was similar enough.
Sure. Okay.
So the first two questions, and then
I hope they're very elaborative. I'm expecting at least a page of answers.
I asked them all the appropriate things that we like to ask people.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So
we'll talk more about Apollo when it comes to it. The other thing I wanted to touch on as far as why I like XRP is because you hear a lot of crypto companies, and I'm gonna use XYO as an example because I actually do like the XYO guys. I'm going out to visit them in a week. So, but here's one thing about XYO. They state in a lot of their advertisements that they're going after a whatever 17 trillion or 21 trillion dollar market or whatever the number is for like satellites and GPS and stuff. Not really realistic. They're not going to replace GPS, I don't think. And even if they did, that would be a very, very slow climb. But also, the number that they came up with is based on the fact that it's approximately $2 million per day to run the GPS networks in America.
Wow. Per day?
Per day is what the cost is.
Per day?
Yeah. It's an American government technology. So it's like the government made GPS or whatever. It comes from LORAD. That's not even really super important. The important part is XYO is claiming to go after a certain market share with no experience in that field, which is not a big deal because you can not have. We didn't have experience with a media company before doing it. You know what I mean? So that's anyone can do anything if they really want to.
Like me, I'm gonna be a potato when I grow up.
They don't have any of the existing technology right now to take over GPS. They're just kind of building it out and rolling it out. So that's a thing as well. But anyway, so they're saying that they want to go after this crazy market share, and it just seems like it's too much for one company to try to do alone. Whereas with XRP, they're also claiming to be going after a certain market share, but it's something that is extremely tangible. They can definitely do it.
Right.
It's getting banks to save money. It's not.
Oh yeah.
It's not like
I'm not
switch.
questioning that. They already have people on board.
That's what I'm saying.
So
it's not like switch to this
that.
somewhat cumbersome thing and it'll be better because if we're all doing it then it's better. It's like no, even if only one person is doing it on XRapid, it's still cheaper.
They already have. I think last time I checked, when they started XRapid, it was three companies that they were like doing beta kind of stuff with, and then they got two more like a week later. I don't know how much they have now. Someone said they have a tremendous amount of partners. I don't know if, I know they have a lot of partners.
No,
I don't
they have.
know,
It's ridiculous.
I don't know if they have
you seen
a
the Ripple
lot.
website?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh
I don't know
my
if
God.
it's a lot of partners specifically on, the XRapid. I don't know how much they have. Because those, if you're on XRapid, that means you're a financial institution using it to do the transaction.
Here's the thing though. The art of the upsell is real.
Right.
And if you're using XVIA or XCurrent, which already can tie into XRapid,
right.
and somebody's like, hey, you could save even more money if you just push that button too.
Oh yeah. Well,
Like the upsell is
that's
so
true.
easy for them. Like if they already have you on board, like if you already trust this company for whatever reason to handle any type of your money whatsoever, and they're like, oh, by the way, we also built this right into the same app that you're using. It's just one more button. You push that, and you save 50%. They're gonna push the button. You know what I mean? So it's like, not worried about that.
Do you know what Digibyte is?
Yeah, it's another crypto. They have the green D is their logo, I want to say.
We got a Digibyte supporter in the crowd, and personally, I'm not familiarized with them, so I'm just like,
I want to know why you like Digibyte.
Why do you like Digibyte? But also, I will look up some Digibyte information.
No, who's the green D? Okay, so theirs is not the green. Is that Dash? I'm thinking it might be Dash.
That's Dash.
Okay.
Okay, so they do transactions too, it looks like.
Yeah, to me, Digibyte was just another crypto, like another like Bitcoin clone, kind of. So I never really got into it.
What exactly is Digibyte doing? For the most part, like what? Why would I choose Digibyte over XRP as a reliable competitor?
I don't think it competes with XRP.
What do they do? What do they do for trans? Because
it's basically Bitcoin, but with a different name. To be honest with you,
with a different name.
To be honest with you, a lot of them are just, and that's fine because we have a euro, we have a US dollar, we have a yen.
Wait, so what do they? Because I saw it said, oh, Digibyte accepted here. Okay, so it's like it has
for
a monetary
commerce,
value.
yeah.
Okay, because I saw it said something on the homepage about transactions. I thought it also did. It was
no, not for like cross border stuff.
Okay.
There's nobody's gonna try to come in and do cross border transactions faster or better than XRP or Ripple or like it's just not gonna be like they've already solidified their name not just to like the me's and you's of the world but to like people in the actual financial industry who are gonna end up picking a product. Like, I mean, with the news from R3, where Swift is going to use Corda, which ties in with XRP, like... I mean,
so they do ID tech security. Okay, cool. All right, cool. ID tech security.
They're worth less than a penny. 5 different mining algorithms? That seems like a lot's happening.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look into them. I personally, I've seen their logo plenty of times. I personally have never
12 million transactions with 7.7 million blocks. Seems like a lot of wasted space. It's like 1.6 transactions per block.
We do have a Twitter, Bits and Tokens, @BitsandTokens. We actually tweeted, well, sort of, but
We're
John
everywhere.
McAfee sort of kind of tweeted us.
He tweets us all the time.
He tweets us all the time. We talk to John.
Even though he's crazy. Mr. Mac is crazy. And he knows that
He also fled the country. He's trying to fight the IRS.
he knows that I'm as much of a proponent I am of him and his ways of living where he just doesn't want to, give in to the powers that be. He knows I think he's crazy. It's fine.
You told him he's crazy?
I mean, we have conversations. It's my dog. It's Mr. Mac. You know what I'm saying?
You told John McAfee that he's crazy.
I don't know if I use the specific words crazy.
Okay.
We have conversations all the time. It's my dog, John McAfee.
Yeah, so I would say
DMs.
Crypto Bentley, definitely check into XRP. See if it's, honestly, to be completely honest, and I don't usually push any coins, it's super trustworthy. Like, from all the coins that I've ever dealt with, this is one of the most trustworthy coins. Reason being, they have real results with real banks, with real financial institutions, with the U.S. government. Fun fact, they've been trying to do something with the U.S. government. Yes, right here, home country. And it's just very interesting. Like, whenever you see companies integrating, like, right where you are, that's kind of like the beauty of even, like, getting into the product. Because a lot of people were scared and didn't trust things because it was based out of Russia or based out of here or based out of there. And the U.S. is very, very harsh on crypto. So to see companies coming up and being risen within, the vicinity that you are, I don't know if you're in the U.S. or not, but, personally for me, that's really important. It's really important, especially with all, the negativity and the scams and everything that else is happening these days. Always with any currency, always do your own research. I always recommend people to look into, white papers, make sure it's something that you for, make sure it's something that you understand. Because that's the importance.
And
really.
get ready for the haters, because there's gonna be a lot of people.
Yeah, Trump is pro crypto.
the thing about XRP is it kind of, I don't want to say it goes against what crypto is supposed to be, because that's what the haters are gonna tell you. It's really not. Oh man, NY. We'll talk about that in a second.
Oh, New York. Oh no.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. I'm glad I'm not.
I think who just got their custodial? Robinhood. Robinhood just got their custodial or bit license.
Their bit license.
Yeah.
So anyway, so with XRP, there's gonna be people like the real crypto purists, the real, blockchain is for the people. It's not for companies. Blah blah blah. It's for us to take back our sovereignty and all this, hoorah. First of all.
Hoorah.
Yes and no. That's what Bitcoin was for, but that's not what blockchain is for. Blockchain has a multitude of different applications, so there's that. Then secondly, maybe I am corrupt. I don't know, but I know that banks like making money. I like making money. I want to make bank type money, and so if they're getting it with XRP, I'm getting it with XRP. It is what it is. I can't do nothing about that.
Hey, I don't know about you, but it's really sad because as like my side job aside from this, I do Medicare with old people, and it's really sad to hear them all say nobody retires at 65 anymore, and they every time I ask them if they're going to retire when they turn 65, they laugh. That's really sad. That's very sad. That's not going to be me. I'll retire by the time I'm 30. Putting it down.
Woo!
That's around the corner for you.
That's
around the corner for you. I got a couple years.
I gotta hurry up then. That's crazy.
I got what, 8 years? You can do a lot in 8 years.
So
in 8 years, Cardi B became a stripper, went platinum, God knows how many times, had a baby and married Offset, and also filed for divorce, and still hasn't hit those 8 years. I could do a lot in 8 years.
I believe you.
Anyways, I think we should probably check.
Y'all some traitors. Hey, it is what it is, man. There's nothing I can do about that.
We're traitors.
Anyways.
Who's a traitor? Why am I a traitor?
Because we like XRP. There's nothing I can do about that. I don't, you know what I mean?
It's a reliable product.
I want money. I'm not gonna get nowhere in life just shouting from the rooftops, you gotta be a good person. I got, you know what I'm saying? If I have money, I can actually make people be good people. It is what it is.
There's a lot of, cryptocurrencies that you're interested in. It's like, nobody really likes Berkshire Hathaway. However, if you have a Berkshire Hathaway stock, you ain't selling it. Like, there's no way in hell. Like, let's be honest.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, unless you just want to cash out the money and call it a day, sure, but other than that, I mean...
Yeah, that's why you sell stocks, to cash out the money. Wait, what's happening? Why do we
but
Berkshire?
You cash it out to get it at a lower price, and then, that's how you make money. But anyways, we actually have to check our equipment. We're going to go through a quick commercial break. We will be right back. Stay tuned.
Commercial break, yay. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, we're
looks
back.
like we're back.
Did our last minute equipment check. Anyways, welcome back to our second half of Bits and Tokens live stream here. Today we are talking about everything. So anyways,
Second half. That's the home stretch.
so while we were kind of gone, we started looking up a company here that Crypto Bentley mentioned. Giddy up. Pundi X. So I've heard of it. I actually joined their, if I'm not mistaken, I joined their chat on like Facebook just to kind of see what it was about. I'm going to be completely honest. I haven't looked in it too much, but I know they got a wallet and a POS.
And
I know that
and
much.
stuff.
So we're going to do a little quick dive here, look at it, see what it's about. Maybe we'll put out an actual like analysis of it later on, make an actual video. I'll do some white paper stuff, all that cool stuff. But yeah, so do they also have a phone? Is that, because he said blockchain phone. Do they also have a phone, or is that just, because if you're talking about the blockchain phone, there's three companies that have announced blockchain related phones. One would be Samsung, which negated what was said about the rumors. We'll figure out February 20th to see what they actually have and if blockchain anything is on that phone when they do their reveal of the S10. The second one is the Finny by Siren Labs. That one, if you go to, I don't know if it's sirenlabs.com or whatever the website is.
Sirenlabs.com.
Yeah, sirenlabs.com. That is another phone.
Or maybe
the
it's
Finny.
pronounced Siren. I don't know. But that's the...
Maybe it is Siren. I don't know, but that's another one. It looks like this. This is a Finny. And then the last one would be Exodus. Exodus would be the HTC. Right now it's in its early stages. It's mostly meant for, I guess you could say, developers to take a look at it, play with it, give HTC some suggestion. It's in its early phase. You can buy it in, I think, Ethereum, Bitcoin, or Cash. So it's in like its early stages right now, but it is available. And then Siren's phone, Finny, is also available. And then we'll figure out if Samsung actually does or does not have blockchain incorporated.
It'll be about a month before we know.
Another phone that has anything to do with blockchain, I'm not aware of. These are the only three that I'm aware of.
This kind of looks like the...
You know what? That looks like that looks like the thing that I'm thinking about that I talked about.
It's Android based, but
Yeah.
it's not... Looks like a black version of the Clover Flex, which is another POS device, but not anything crypto related.
Is that the if I'm not mistaken, let me look at, hold on. I may be mixing up companies.
Well, here's something I hate seeing. All sorts of lines and crazy stuff going all over the place. That's just, there's too much happening right now. It's just too much happening. I don't like it.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, they are the company that hooked up with VaultBank. Maybe, I think I was confusing them for Chainlink. If I'm not, I'm gonna let's Google that real quick. If I'm not mistaken, they're the ones who teamed up with VaultBank.
Nope.
Let me see here. So it might have been Chainlink.
I think it was Chainlink.
And because there was a POS that looked exactly like that. There was a video that I saw. VaultBank partners with this, that, and the third.
Oh my god, drunk crypto, I cannot spell.
Huh, I don't know.
Is it one word?
I keep seeing VaultBank, but I don't see anything with Chainlink. There was one of them. VaultBank had partnered up with some company to make a POS program to accept Bitcoin and some other currencies. Partners. I'm seeing United Kingdom Trust.
That's old.
Gordon. Spot On. Yeah, all these are older. What I saw was recently. Spot On. Oh, it was Spot On. I lied because that's the First Data competitor. That's how I remember it.
First Data competitor.
Yes, Spot On is a First Data competitor, and they partnered up with Spot On. Wow, I'm really mixing up my stories. That's crazy.
You do that sometimes.
So yeah, so they linked up with them because they also have a POS system. They're a competitor for First Data, and they're allowing merchants to do transactions with crypto. That's what they were doing. That is it. Wow. Let me look at Spot On. I actually don't know anything about them. Spot On. Yeah, Spot On.
Going back to the
Transact
bar.
LLC. It's an LLC. It was founded in 2010. That was not that long ago. Let me look point of sale. I don't think I've ever seen their POS. It looks like this. Have you seen this POS before? It's a little white one.
Looks basically like the Clover or the
Kinda.
Square POS, even though the Square POS is literally an iPad.
Oh, actually, you know what? I have seen those. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen those.
Are you sure you've seen those, or
Yes, because I've seen that brand.
a lot of
That little brand right there. I've seen those.
POSs look like that? So it's a very common
sometimes
design now.
I mean, those POSs are more popular in smaller businesses.
Like
not the bigger
I pay
businesses.
attention to POSs when I go out anywhere, like to eat or like
I do
wherever.
too. Every time I see a Clover, I tell Jerome, and then I'll always look to see if it's like an older version, newer version. Which is why I've seen these at restaurants. They use these a lot at restaurants, mostly. I've seen these at restaurants. But anyways, getting lost in the sauce here.
So, question for our viewer, I believe Mr. Bentley.
Mr. Bentley
is the one from. Whoa! I believe Mr. Bentley is the one from New York, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he is from New York.
Which part of what part of NY are you from? I'm originally from Staten Island.
He's from Staten Island. I was supposed to be born in Brooklyn, but I was born in Florida.
That's a funny story. I was born on vacation.
It's actually a very sad story.
Oh, all right. Well, we don't
Upstate
have
New
to-
York. Cool.
What part of upstate? I love Lake George.
Are you in the lake? Are you a Lake Georgia? Maybe not.
Lake Georgian.
Georgia. Is Buffalo upstate New York?
Yeah.
Maybe he's from Buffalo. I met a girl from Massachusetts, and she used to do tap dance. And then there's a dance move called the Buffalo. And then it was really funny. She just did this thing called the Buffalo.
What?
I know.
You and your random stories.
Upstate. See what's odd is upstate central New York has different crypto rules than New York City.
That makes sense.
I'm not surprised. That's like Washington D.C. and Maryland.
Two different places though.
Sort of.
They're
So
two different places.
isn't Washington D.C. in Maryland?
The same way that one of the states that's in the middle of the country is in the other states that surround it.
Is it?
Washington D.C. is a city-state.
Right. I feel like they treat New York that way sometimes, or New
No.
York City that way,
No.
specifically.
Being New York City, you can have different, more strict laws than New York State.
Is that a thing, really?
Yeah, but
Interesting.
D.C. has its own.
So it's a
DC
city
is
law.
Only federal.
It's not. So it's a city law. I always thought DC was a part of Maryland. Wow. Now I know.
Just like the Vatican City is not really part of Italy
True.
or
Okay.
Rome or wherever.
Okay. So same state. New York City has a Bitcoin ATM. Says it's against New York code. Okay. All right.
The one of the people that got approved with Robinhood recently for their bit license as a Bitcoin ATM operator. I don't remember what their name was, but they recently just got approved.
You're not talking about Robinhood, right?
No, it was with Robinhood. When we were reading the story the other night, Robinhood and someone else got approved at the same time.
I do remember what you're talking about because I said Robinhood and you said someone else too.
They got approved at the
Gemini.
same time. No.
No? Mark said Gemini. Mark, you're a traitor. Made me look bad in front of the camera.
Hold on.
We'll figure it out.
I got it. Hold on. Liberty X.
Yes, it was Liberty X. I remember you saying
Liberty
that.
X. Gemini, I believe, also does have a bit license, but they got theirs.
They do, but
they got theirs
is
before.
old. Yeah, theirs is not new.
I'm talking about like recently when Robinhood. So January 24th, when Robinhood got theirs, the New York State Department of Financial Services (DFS) also gave a bit license to Liberty X, and apparently Liberty X is a
It's okay.
Bitcoin ATM
We are
operator.
literally like the sidetrack like experts. Right?
Do what now?
Family apologized for sidetracking us, and we're like, nope, this is what this is all about.
Sidetracking us. You must not have seen our live stream before.
We are sidetracking experts.
This is what we do.
This is what we do.
I see what
we go down rabbit holes until we figure it out.
What I like to do is I write down all the stuff that we have to talk about, and I talked about my 3 things, so it's a free for all right now. Whatever happens at this point happens. So if anyone has a story they want us to look at, or a question that they want us to answer, or just wants to talk about whatever they want to talk about, go for it. I mean, at this point.
I kind of want to talk about how the poor people of New York and Hawaii are suffering with the cryptocurrency.
It's really abysmal. Hawaii is even almost more dastardly.
Yeah.
It's really bad out there.
I remember you were dealing with that guy. Oh, God.
Yeah, I have a few friends out in Hawaii that just couldn't figure it out. And then finally Uphold actually worked for them to buy crypto.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Uphold does apparently work in Hawaii. It doesn't work in NY, but it does work in Hawaii. You know, even some exchanges in NYC you can't use.
We should make like a cheat sheet, like a spreadsheet of like the do's and don'ts.
Like
of
a
each
New
state.
York cheat sheet for crypto?
A New York and Hawaii cheat sheet. That'd be so cool. It's like you have to go here, you can't go here, you can't go here, you can't go here, but you can go here.
It's crazy.
That'd
Well,
be cool.
here's the thing. Here's the answer to the whole cheat sheet for you. I'm gonna pull it up right now. I got the answer for you right here.
Yeah, it's the best answer of them all.
Here's your cheat sheet. You go to Google and you look up a VPN extension for Chrome. Get a free one. I don't care. Use you could use Hide My Ass. That's a really good one. NordVPN's another good one. I don't really care which one you use, but use a VPN for Chrome or use Opera, which has a built-in VPN. And you're from wherever you want to be from. You don't have to necessarily be from New York. So
Yeah. Only way you can't use a VPN or Opera is if you're using HBO. HBO's a hater.
HBO doesn't allow you to use a VPN?
No, because you have to have your location on. And with the VPN, what they do when you have a VPN changer, whatever you want to call it, VPN router extension, it blocks your location and it changes your...
Well, it doesn't block your location. You're just located in a different location.
Sort of, not necessarily.
Necessarily.
It turns something off that
Are
they
you
need.
talking about on a phone?
No, on a computer. Like I think there's 2 methods of verification.
No. Your computer has GPS?
Does my computer have GPS?
No, I'll answer that for you. So there's only one way to verify your location with your IP address and wherever the IP address is registered.
Did not work on a proxy, did not work on Opera, did not work on anything. It could tell that I was out of the country 100% of the time, clear cookies, clear all. Incognito mode, nothing. Like it could tell. Like there's a 2-step verification when they're doing that. So
I bet you I could figure it out.
Most places they do a 1-step. Hulu does a 2-step where if something's blocked, anything whatsoever, which for some reason, like if you went to the advanced setting under Opera,
we're going back to the bar for a second.
You can change your country and it would send you somewhere else. But then also it would block something I don't know what it was, but it would block it. I was assuming location because I remember it was under the location tab. I don't know exactly what it was, but it would block that, which would then cause it not to allow it to go through because it was picking up.
You're probably using a booty VPN.
I used Opera.
NordVPN works.
I used Opera. I used 3 different extensions. I was about to go get a torrent. Like, it was crazy.
NordVPN works.
It was crazy. But anyways, that's for Hulu.
You mentioned Hulu. You
No,
literally.
I said HBO.
Fam, you literally
I said
just.
HBO. Guys, back me
Chat,
up.
I need you right now, chat, because she does this.
I said HBO.
Fam, I promise. You first said HBO, and then you said even with Hulu.
Listen.
Chat,
anyways.
chat. I never have witnesses.
We can rewind.
I literally never have witnesses.
Rewind.
Chat, I need you right now.
This. I think you're thinking things. But anyways.
That's so crazy.
Real quick, Mac. So top 5 cryptos on crypto market cap in the next year. Go.
What do I think?
Go.
XRP would be number 1. Bitcoin would be number 2. ETH would be number 3. Tron would be number 4. And I wish I had room on the list for Golem, but I haven't even heard of them like recently. It's gonna be a privacy coin. Definitely a privacy coin is gonna be number 5. Monero. That's 5.
What about EOS?
What about EOS?
Tim has a long
I have a list of projects. He has a
relationship with EO. So Mac thinks Apollo is going to be on there in the next year.
Top
Maybe.
5?
Top 5.
We'll see.
What would Apollo be replacing, if that's the case? What is Apollo replacing? Is it probably
The only thing that would replace
there's too many
is ETH.
Right, but there's too many people that like Monero. Monero's not going anywhere. I don't see Bitcoin fading out. XRP is not fading out. EOS needs to do something. If EOS expects to remain, they need to do something. I do not see EOS doing enough.
EOS is booty. I don't like how they are fake decentralized. EOS is booty. I used to really like EOS. Don't like them anymore.
He mainly doesn't like them because they can't contact his lost tokens that are not.
They're not lost. I followed all their stupid instructions.
They're lost that are not lost. These coins are lost but are not.
I know
lost.
exactly where they are. I just don't have access to them for some stupid reason.
Yeah, not even EOS customer service could figure it out.
They don't have customer service. They have block producers that are busy producing blocks. I don't even know what that means. Stupid. I have beef with EOS. I don't like that.
Yeah, he has a little beef. VeChain and Vido are going to chart all over everyone.
So NordVPN has a website or a part of their website specifically for how to unblock HBO Go. So holla at your boy.
All right, Skills Medina. Oh, Skills Medina. Hey, Skills Medina. Thanks for tuning in. I know who you are. VeChain. Yeah, I remember you talking to me about VeChain. He kept telling. I have yet to look into 100% VeChain. I'm not gonna lie. Like I told you, I was gonna look into it, and then I don't know, life happened. But that's gonna be on my list. Write VeChain down on your list because we're gonna look into VeChain.
VeChain?
Yes.
I'll get there eventually.
I'm
really lazy about looking up cryptos. I'm so lazy.
We're gonna do it. I was like, Skills Medina. Who's that?
VTHO. What's VTHO? What is that?
I don't know. Google it.
That seems far.
I agree, but 1 billion. ETH got major scalability issues. It does have major scalability issues.
I don't think so. I think everything has issues growing. We're in the early. That's like saying like dial-up has scaling issues. Well, of course it does because DSL is not around yet, cable's not around yet, and satellite internet's not around yet. Don't worry, I won't miss the train. We're not there yet. So anything that, you know, the way to not scale, I'll tell you this right now, the way to not scale is by making the blocks super tiny and only have like a few transactions in each block. Don't do that. That's horrible for scalability. I'll say that right now. Scaling on chain is not necessarily the way that you need to be scaling. So
what?
you get paid VTHO for staking VET tokens. Okay. All right. Well, it's cool, I guess. It's like Neo and Gas.
Yeah, it is like Neo and Gas.
It's cool, I guess.
It's cool, I guess. Yeah, we're definitely. I'm gonna look into that one. I remember you talking to me about it when we met up that last time. But definitely look into that. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. I like gas.
You like gas?
Yeah, sometimes I get gassy. Like my dog.
Can I have a little bit more of that blue stuff? 'Cause
Sure.
I'm trying to feel whatever you're feeling right now.
Isn't it beautiful? This is the most beautiful bottle I've ever seen.
I mean, I don't know about all that.
It looks like mermaid wine.
Looks
A
like,
mermaid would drink this.
it looks like Hypnotic, but you're too young for that. So
I've seen Hypnotic. But
where?
This is beautiful. Wow, college.
In college.
Don't forget, I am a graduate. Got my education, guys. TBH, I want my money back.
Honestly.
But it is what it is. Oh, wow.
I wonder if you mix this with Hennessy, if it turns like a really ugly green color.
Probably. I think that's how the color wheel works.
That's how the Incredible Hulk works.
What?
Incredible Hulk? Hypnotic and Hennessy? It's a beverage. If you really went to college, you would know that.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't a party person. I like to sleep.
You're boring.
Yeah, baby.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't party neither.
It's okay though. But anyways, for the most part, I think we kind of went over all our stories for today.
All the stuff.
I don't know. What else do we have to talk about? That's really about it. Unless you guys have any last minute questions you want to throw in the chat, I'll be more than happy to. I know about the Incredible Hulk. I'll be more than happy to answer it. So will Tim. But if you haven't checked out bitsandtokens.com,
First of all, don't tell me that I'll be happy to answer it.
Go to bitsandtokens.com. That's your job.
I will begrudgingly answer it. How about that? You can't tell me how to feel. The answers get answered.
But do you hate crypto?
No.
No. So then the answer is not. You're not being begrudgingly. You'll be happy to answer. This is your job.
I can't be begrudging. That's not a way to be. I can answer begrudgingly. Hello, words.
Are you an English teacher?
I should be, honestly.
You should be. You are? No.
I spaz on the English language. I'm nice with it.
Anyways, so again, guys, check out bitsandtokens.com. It's your one-stop shop for cryptocurrency. If you guys just want to support us a little bit, we got some crypto swag on there. We got cool Bit Squad shirts. That's our main thing. Hashtag Bit Squad. That's our thing. So
how do you spell squad?
Sound it out, Mr. English language. But anyways, make sure to tune in next time. We do come on every Sunday and Thursday night. Today's Thursday.
Look at those
Fun
cases.
Fact, at 9:30 p.m. Make sure to hit the post notification button so you know when to tune in, because your phone will let you know if you forget.
Wow.
Look at that guy.
Have you seen these
Look
cases?
at that cool white guy. Look at that cool white guy.
That's my cousin.
That's your cousin?
Yeah, those are my cousins. I didn't tell you that?
Lies. Oh, in case anybody wants to know, Tim's low-key famous. He was on, what's that show, 954?
Shut up. 954.
What is it called?
What?
What was it called? 911?
What?
What was it called? I don't remember.
Third Watch.
Third Watch. I knew there was a number in there.
Third Watch back in the day.
Third Watch. Yeah.
Neither here nor there.
He was a little
Don't
boy
worry
in like
about
season 3.
Listen. First of all, even telling them the season, that's crazy. We should be charging. We should be charging for that information. All right. I'll send you a link for $100.
Wow. You were in there for like 2 seconds. But anyways, make sure to check us out on bitsandtokens.com. Tune in on Thursdays and Sundays. We will see you guys next time. I'm your host, Annalise, and that's about it.
All right. Well, if that's about it, I'm also your host, but my name is not Annalise. So how about that?
Just say bye.
Bye.